It's 5:30 a.m. and your alarm goes off. You turn over and your feet hits the floor. You get up, walk in your kitchen, and turn on a fresh pot of coffee. And while that's brewing, you and your kid get ready for your day. And 7:30 a.m. arrives. You both head towards your car and you drive them to school and you kiss them goodbye. And next, it's your turn. After sifting through traffic, you arrive at your parking lot, and then now you walk swiftly inside the building. You scan your badge, clock in, and now it's 9 a.m. and you pause. You quietly say to yourself, man, I really want to retire early. And because you've had this thought so many times, you've done research online. And you came across this acronym called FIRE, and that means Financial Independence Retire Early. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but it means that you focus on retiring early. And that means when you sacrifice your 20s, your 30s, and possibly your 40s just to retire sooner than what the average American does. During that sacrifice period, you have a really tight budget, you're saving and investing everything you have, and your investment strategy is very aggressive, and you're living well below your means. But by the end of this video, you'll have 5 strategies that you can implement within your retirement blueprint. Alright, so now let's go ahead and jump in. The first point is you don't hate work, you hate misaligned work. There's nothing worse than clocking in, dragging your feet, and doing something that you don't enjoy. And what makes it worse is if you have a bad boss that gives you a headache every single day. Or you have coworkers that annoy you and sometimes you wonder if it's on purpose. And just as equal to that, you may be doing too much work and may be short-staffed. And you think to yourself, am I supposed to be doing this? Or why don't I feel fulfilled doing this work? And then once you do that every single day, you run out of energy. And that only means that you're out of alignment. It doesn't mean that you're lazy. So what you can do to separate yourself from the 70% plus Americans that struggle with this is go home, sit down, and do an alignment audit. And what this means is you write down your top 3 skills. What are you good at naturally? What interests you? What have you worked on for years? What do you enjoy learning about? If you struggle to find 3 skills, then write down 10 and do the process of elimination. And the next section is list out all the activities that you feel alive from. And this could be, do you enjoy volunteering? Or do you enjoy cooking in your free time? Or maybe you like going to the gym right after work. Or you say, I really enjoy watching Josh's videos on Money Talks Media. And then once you have your skills and your activities, find where they overlap. And I'll put myself in this alignment audit for a second. I'll say I have a skill of cooking and I like the activity of volunteering. And I think to myself, where do those overlap that I can do after work? And then an idea pops up. I can cook for the homeless once a week on Wednesdays after work. And right after I do that audit, I now found something that I feel aligned doing. And you can do the same. And then if you don't like your job, then you can possibly find new work that aligns with your skills and your interests. And once you do that, then you can close the gap of feeling like you're doing misaligned work. And this brings us to our second point, that early retirement isn't freedom, but purpose is. Think about it. If one day you become free, but you have no direction, then you're gonna feel lost. And so while you're waiting on your retirement, this is the time to start doing some game planning. And when people say they want to be free, it doesn't mean that they want to stop working. It means that they want to do something that they enjoy doing. This is why people work so hard to retire early, and then whenever they're finally free, they say that they get bored. Like, you can only play golf so many times once you're retired. And you can go to the coffee shop every morning for only so long. And you continue to travel the world, but you're draining your money. But I encourage you to sit down and write your why I wake up mission statement. And use this prompt. I want to help who do what so they can, and that's where your outcome is. Here's my example. I want to help professionals escape debt so that they can build financial freedom. Now post it somewhere where you can see it daily, because that's your anchor. And I know in this video, I talk about why you shouldn't focus on only retiring early, but if you do, use this while you're waiting. And that way, once you retire, doing something meaningful, you'll never get burnt out. And even if you get tired of doing that one thing, you can repeat this process over and over again. So if you do choose to retire early, then use this exact prompt to move forward. But low key, the FIRE acronym has so many meanings. And one of my favorite meanings is follow, inspire, rise, and evolve. And you should follow and subscribe to Money Talks Media so that you can feel inspired, rise above any debt that you may have, and evolve to your wealth building journey. So if we agree on that, then go ahead and like and subscribe. All right, let's jump back in. And the third point is legacy requires time, not just money. Making a big impact isn't fast. It takes a lot of time in building. If you think about retiring early, it might pause your influence before you peak. And so this is what you can do while you're still working. Choose a project that you can build over the next 5 to 10 years. This could be a brand, a book, a business, or even a community. And then commit to working on that project at least 1 hour a week. And when you do that, schedule it. That wouldn't be a huge commitment, you won't get burnt out, and it keeps your mind going. And then you become legacy focused. There are a ton of tools that can help you do that. And once you focus on that project, then find an accountability partner. And you don't have to meet once a week, but maybe meet once a month so that they can track your progress. And then return a favor and then be their accountability partner for whatever they're working on. Because once you focus on that, building a legacy is powerful. The fourth point is people want rest, not retirement. You don't need to quit, you just need better rhythms. Some of us are in positions to work a ton. And then some of us have side hustles. Some of us are focused on retiring early so we don't take vacations. Or you just have a lot going on and you don't take time for yourself. And I get it. I'm not focused on retiring, but I do have a side hustle, which is my YouTube channel that keeps me very busy. In between my job and my channel, I probably put in between 60 to 65 hours a week. And people tell me all the time that I need to chill and rest. But it's very difficult when you want to build something. But here's what you should do. You should block off one night a week, no screen time, just focused on you. And do what makes you happy. A perfect day would be a Saturday. Because most people don't work on Saturdays and it gives you no excuse to have screen time. And what you should add on to this is list 3 micro habits that you can do daily. That could be a 10-minute walk, or a midday nap, or an evening wind down with no phone. And put it on the calendar, whether that's a paper calendar or a digital calendar. Set alerts so that you're reminded, and don't decline the invite. And this will restore you without needing full rest. Because as I mentioned in other videos, if you go 100% every single day, you're gonna get burnt out. Now we're wrapping this up with the 5th point. And this is, your best work might still be ahead. Don't quit now. Your best work might be tied to your obedience. And your obedience could be your faith. Maybe there's a reason that you're still at your job. There could be someone that you need to meet. Or the skill set that you're learning on your job could be helpful for the future. For me personally, working, grinding, and having financial issues in the past, and blending that with my corporate finance experience has a long-term purpose. And honestly, that's the reason that Money Talks Media was born, because blending that knowledge could help you and help others across the world. I'm not just focused on virality, I'm focused on impact. And for you and your story, just take a step back and think, what could I be building right now while I'm waiting? But also, while you take a step back, think about your action plan. Write down one thing that you've overcome or struggled with that others could benefit from. And then turn that into a short story, a blog, a podcast, a reel, or a YouTube channel. And once you do that, share it with one person and post it publicly. Because whether you believe it or not, people are watching you. Someone's gonna take that information and make a life-changing decision. So let your current season be useful before you retire early. Your purpose may be hiding directly in your pain. After these 5 points that I gave you, you can definitely implement these within your retirement game plan. So while you're waiting, while you're sacrificing, don't just focusing on retiring early. So once you implement these strategies, you can think to yourself, wow, I really appreciate that guy from Money Talks Media for giving me the game. Then your retirement life will be so much more fulfilling. But I really appreciate y'all for sticking in this journey with me. Because as you stay connected, as you like, as you comment, as you subscribe, you're motivating me to continue to move forward. But I appreciate you, Money Talks Media fam. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.